3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Memon has been represented in competitive sports for many years and has established itself as a strong partner for numerous athletes and entire sports associations. Among them big names from the field of motorsport as well as the Austrian Ski Association and the Swiss national ice hockey team. The German Ski Association DSV also relies on memon. The German national ski teams from alpine skiing to biathlon to ski jumping as well as the trainers, supervisors and officials of the DSV are equipped with memon products. DSV Managing Director Walter Vogel, head coach of the Alpine men's team Christian Schweiger and Dominik Vogel from DSV Marketing are visiting the memon headquarters in Rosenheim. Today they can see the effect of memon technology on their own body for the first time. In a blood test by naturopath Kurt Sohm, the effects of electrosmog on the blood become just as clear as the effect of memon technology.
I'd steal a drop of blood from you right now. Then we look at what this initial blood test looks like under the dark field. And then you make a phone call and call setup simulating a phone call of about 7-8 minutes. Immediately after the phone call, blood is taken again to show what this high-frequency radiation does to the blood. Then the mobile phone is harmonized, and then follows a second telephone conversation where you can show these effects before and afterwards. I'll set that up now, and then we'll go into detail. That is a 1,000-fold magnification.
The initial blood count looks pretty good.
The individual red blood cells should be really nice and round. The black background should be as black as possible. The size should fit with these granulocytes, and it should be nice, round, and strong. Then it's ideal. That's pretty good from the picture.
The three then used their cell phones without a memonizer to make calls for 7 minutes. The blood counts that we take after the phone call show clearer differences in all three subjects before.
Here you only have a few free erythrocytes. Everything else is really sticking together. It's such a classic money roll formation. It really hits you. And if you've had it for a long time, then you have an issue. Because then the cell is no longer properly supplied. It slowly slags off, and then you really have a problem in the end. It is also very important and decisive for the sports sector if you have people who constantly have money roll formation. They are far less efficient than when the red blood cells are really flowing freely.
We will then apply the memonizer to the cell phones. Let the three talk on the phone for another 7 minutes and take their blood a third time. The results amazed the representatives of the DSV.
That's how it should look. It's really round and strong. You can now see the free-flowing blood cells, which were really glued together beforehand. Now you have a good flow again. The moment the memonizer mobile comes along and this harmful information is harmonized, it tries to regenerate to regain the natural surface tension. And then it happens relatively quickly that the red blood cells are free again.
It was very exciting to see what influence the digital world actually has on our health or on our body.
It is a bit scary what normal phoning on the cell phone does to the blood. But on the other hand, it's ultimately a relief that the memonizer offers effective protection.
When you look at the first blood count phoning without a memonizer, you're shocked at first how the body just can't work at all. If you then call with a memonizer and then look at the blood count, you simply notice how the body can work freely again.
You wouldn't believe it, how many technical resources we now work with. Mobile phone and Wi-Fi is the daily accompaniment of our job. You have to think a little bit about the health of the body, just like our athletes.
The representatives of the DSV will then find out what effects electrosmog can have on the entire body and performance. They want to know everything about memon and get valuable information and answers from memon expert Thomas Holtkamp. At the meeting with the memon management, many ideas are brought to the table. Everyone agrees protection against electrosmog is just as much a part of a healthy lifestyle as a balanced diet and sufficient exercise. Especially in top-class sport, where hundredths of a second are at stake, effects such as poor sleep, inner restlessness, and a weakened immune system can be decisive.
For me personally, it is an absolute preventive measure. I also use the memonizer at home and in the car, so I can really only recommend that everyone take action on their own.
Health is always the foundation of every competitive athlete, and also of our trainers, because that is a very stressful job. Memon is certainly a topic that we will initiate in the future.
Nothing stands in the way of a long-term partnership between the DSV and memon.